Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. Enjoy the video. I'm recording as well. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super speculation theory video. This one's going to be, it's really the second part of a two-parter, so if you guys haven't seen the video yet, please make sure to pause this video, or after this video, please go down and watch the first video on MJ's channel. We're going to be uploading this at the same time, so I hope everyone really enjoys them. Really kind of more of a paint the picture type of video, although we talked about why certain things would work and leading up to it in the first video. You could basically watch them in any order, really. But with that being said, before I get into this, MJ, why don't you say hello to everybody?
What's going on, man? How are you doing today? I am MJ.
I am what?
I don't know.
I'm great, man. So anyway, we're going to be talking about some upcoming Dragon Ball Super episodes. So if you don't want to be spoiled, guys, please make sure to click off the video and come back either once the video is done or, you know, once the episode preview comes. Maybe we're right, maybe we're wrong here. We never know. But last warning, guys. So we're going to be talking about, MJ, like I said, more so painting a picture, really, about how we think the next couple episodes are going to go down. And one of the things we're going to start with here is episode 116. We're going to kind of skip over episode 117 because it doesn't, we weren't talking about that, but you can share if you want any thoughts you have. We're going to leapfrog over 117 to 118 and 119. So one of the things we talked about in your last video was Universe 6 is probably going to get taken off sometime soon. They have lost an absurd amount of members. The whole Kefla thing, while cool, is a little bit too early in the game for an arc that's supposedly going to last the next couple months. So it's just kind of building up to something even bigger. So one of the things you were saying on that video, and like I said, please make sure to go listen for the whole story. But yeah, you were saying that Kale and Khalifa are going to get taken off sometime soon. And where does that leave Universe 6? How long will Universe 6 be around? And what does episode 118 say? So the title of that episode is Accelerating the Drama, a Universe Disappears. And I'm coming to you as the second part of this discussion saying, I think I know what happens, although even if I don't know what happens, I think this would be amazing. So hear me out. Okay, so as you said, Kale and Khalifa, however it happens, get taken off, and Universe 6 is down to 2 members. The 2 Namekians that have been put on this team for no other real reason other than, well, we just need 2 other people to be on Universe 6 because we put so much time, effort, and thought into Kale and Khalifa and Kaba and Hit and Frost and Botamo and Magetta and all these other people. We don't need to put any more creative effort, so they'll just, you know, they're just kind of a wild card throwing in there. They know what they're going to be looking like or looking for, and they don't have to be that important. What if they aren't important? What if these 2 Namekians, as you and I have talked before, and I know a lot of the community has before, decide at some point that they need to fuse with Piccolo? And this is how I think is going to happen, based on these episode titles and all this stuff that we talked about in your video. Instead of, given the title, Accelerating the Drama, instead of seeing what we've already seen twice now, we got to shake up the formula of how these universes are getting erased and for what reasons. And what happens is, instead of Goku and Gohan, the people who right now are fighting the Namekians from Universe 6, as they've made clear in the last couple episodes, instead of fighting those people and taking them off, these Namekians, being the smart, intelligent race that they are and that Dragon Ball has always portrayed them to be, realize that they have no more ability to win. They lost Hit, the legendary warrior of their universe. They lost the warlord Frost. They lost all of the Saiyans, including the ones that fused together. They realize that they have no other way of winning this tournament. So what they do is they plead with Piccolo, the same way that we saw Nail do, the same way that we saw Kami do, or Piccolo really talked about with Kami to do it, but they plead with Piccolo, you and your universe. We're twin universes. You understand us. You understand that we can fuse, we can sync, we can do all this other stuff. We can give you the power-up that you need to beat Jiren. Or we can give you the power-up you need to compete on that level with these people who are too strong for us. But if we do you this kindness, if you fight, you and your protege and these other guys who are more selfish than you two, fight to be the last men standing, be the people on the ring with the most people still left. The same thing Ciampa keeps saying every single episode. Then you have to use the wish. Promise us to bring us back. And we get a great scene where Piccolo is thinking it over, but like Gohan goes and shakes hands. Is like, I give you my word. Gohan does this.
Yeah.
And so he convinces Piccolo, or Piccolo convinces himself to do it, something like that. And they fuse with Piccolo. And at that point, accelerating the drama, no more people in Universe 6 on the ring. Universe 6 gets erased. Done. Without losing all their members and everything else like that, but it's just done. We get really nice scene. And believe me, the great thing about this is that people are going to be paying attention. Ciampa and Vados are going to be paying attention. And even though Ciampa is going to be telling them, no, you fight together, when Beerus and Weiss and everyone's like, okay, maybe this is a good strategy and all this other stuff, but we get great chemistry between all these people, and it's happening in really slow motion. Like, the whole episode is just this interaction between these two people as chaos is ensuing around them. And then at the next episode, I know this is going to piss a lot of people off, but in the very next episode, though, I think a sacrifice from Universe 7 is going to be Piccolo. After all of that, this is the way I think it's going to go down. So they make that fusion. Universe 6 gets erased, and then once Universe 4 gets serious, as we said before, Quitella is being really kind of shady. He's not scared about Jiren. He's way more relaxed than all the other gods. He knows that those bug guys are going to be his ace in the hole, the people who are going to put him over the top. And you're going to introduce them as these characters who cannot be beat. They have this crazy ability or something, but as you like to say, Namekians are crazy. Namekians have really awesome abilities. They have this grab bag of abilities. So Piccolo goes up against both of them, takes both of them out, but also gets eliminated in the process, maybe saving someone like Gohan in order to build up the tension and the emotion for Gohan going forward. He's made this promise to Universe 6 the same way that Vegeta has, the same way that Goku has. And he's also lost his mentor in all the scuffle. Maybe Gohan lets his guard down or something else like that. And he feels like he's wasted the sacrifice of Universe 6 and Piccolo's sacrifice to not only fuse with more Namekians, but make sure that they can bring back this other universe. And it's all on his shoulders, leading up to potentially more of an important part for Gohan going forward. I really like this idea. I know I've been rambling, man. What are your thoughts?
I love all of that. I wish Toei would just hire you already. I wish Toei would watch your videos, put you on the TV show. I wish you would just be writing all this stuff, because that was amazing. I would love that, because there's so much that could happen in those episodes, like the different character moments. Like, I can't even begin to think about like the interactions between Whis and Vados, for example, and Beerus and Ciampa as they're talking or arguing or discussing while they're listening to the Universe 6 Namekians negotiate with Gohan and Piccolo, you know what I mean? I think that's a very key factor there, is how Beerus and Ciampa interpret and how they perceive what's about to happen, I think Ciampa and Vados probably, or especially Ciampa, coming to terms that he just could not win this thing. I think that's very, very sad too, for Ciampa has a lot of fans, Danny being a big one, obviously. But it's so cool though, because it's something that we know. It's something that we've seen, throughout all of Z. Namekians, they can fuse. Namekians do have a grab bag of tricks. Namekians are intelligent beings. It would be awesome to see kind of like that, the skinnier one, the one that resembles more like an older Dende, for him to kind of just tell his friend, hey, put his arm in front of him and tell him to stop, you know what I mean? We can't do this. We lost our secret weapon. We lost Hit. We can't do this anymore, man. Don't try to kid yourself, even if we beat these two guys in front of us, there's no way we're getting past, like the rest of the Pride Troopers or, the other top dogs in Universe 7, like Frieza and 17 and Vegeta, Like, there's no way we're getting past them, even if we get past these guys here. And there's something cool. There's something really cool about the idea that you're right, that maybe Gohan accepts it really quick because maybe he has a flashback like to what happened with Obani. I would love that, like a little quick flashback. Nothing too long, just similar to how Goku had a flashback of when Kale was beating him up. Just a little quick flashback of like Obani's family, right? And then he, goes real quick and accepts, yeah, we will bring you back. What I like about that is all 3 Saiyans now on Universe 7 team have, at one way or another, or one shape or form, have all mentioned that they will bring back Universe 6. Vegeta did it first with Kaba. Goku mentioned that he wants to fight Caulifla and Kale again after the tournament, and then now you have Gohan making this. That's kind of cool, that, because I've just seen the parallels there. The 3 Saiyans in Universe 7 have all agreed at one point to wish back Universe 6, I think
I want to say the cool thing about that, and the reason they need to do that, is because I think it opens the door to fan speculation on who's going to win. I think if they all 3 do it, then we have to wonder whether or not they're trying to play us and it's going to just be Goku, or maybe it could be Vegeta, or maybe even Gohan.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, that's a very cool moment. I like that you brought that up specifically, because that there is some novelty in that, and I really do like that type of moment, for all 3 of them to do that. And of course, Piccolo, who was mentioned before that he does not like to fuse. You know what I mean? He has to put on the burden that he's about to fuse with 2 other people. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to be on Jiren level or Topo level. This really isn't a power scaling video, but I can just imagine the type of power up he would get, considering that he fused with someone like Nell, who was, I believe was stated to be weaker than Piccolo, and look at how strong he got. So if Piccolo's fusing with 2 guys who seem to be roughly the same level as him because they're having a hard time beating them, I can only imagine how strong he would get, because this is Piccolo after years and years of training, and years and years of battle experience. So I can only imagine how strong he would be. That would be cool. Now, the Universe 4 stuff, I completely agree with you. Katella is hiding something, whether the Universe 4 bugs are just that darn powerful, or they have some sort of ability. He was one of the gods who was just like so nonchalant with his arms behind his head, with his legs kicked up while watching Ultra Instinct and Jiren fight. Like, he was not fazed by any of that. Now, I don't know if people think it has to do with Universe 4 bugs having a lot of power. The point is here, he's hiding something. Whether that's a very powerful being or whether the bugs have some sort of ability, he's hiding something. So the idea that they go after Piccolo, but then Piccolo's finally able to overcome them, I think that would be cool. And just these episodes, bro, it's not so much like about the eliminations and stuff. Oh yeah, it is about the eliminations, but my point here is that the character moments can be so crazy. Obviously, when Champa and Vitals get erased, that's going to be a very heavy moment. I can obviously Goku, who's probably going to be recovering from his fight with Kefla, looking on as he's seeing Caulifla and Kel erased. And I can imagine Caulifla and Kel probably holding hands, like during the erasure. Like, oh, dude, that's good. Even if people don't like them, dude, that's going to hit something. And then you're going to have Hit with his arms crossed, kind of like accepted his fate. You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe he smiles at Goku. Something.
And then maybe you have Kaba put like his hand over his chest, maybe doing like a Sadal Force kind of like pose, you know what I mean? While Vegeta's watching him. Like, it's gonna be intense. It would be insane. And obviously, I can imagine a moment where you were talking about how maybe those Universe 4 bugs are just too strong, or they have an ability, so Piccolo has to use some sort of ability to take them out, and he goes out with them. I can imagine a scene where when Piccolo lands on the bench, you can have Beerus like, what's your problem, green guy? You were supposed to, do wish this back and stuff like that, but then Whis has to calm him down as Piccolo, is still kind of like, just not sad, but he has his eyes closed, and then, like you said, it leaves the burden on Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, and more specifically Gohan, because he promised them, shook their hand, you know what I mean? Looked them in the eye and told them that he would bring them back. So there's so much you could do here. Like, the character moments for these episodes could be insane and could end up, I'm not trying to stroke ourselves here, but going off of this, like going off of character moments and how it's written, these could probably be some of the best episodes. You know what I mean? Just going off of character moments alone.
I really feel like, and I want to really focus on, because I feel like it's just the best idea for the Tournament of Power right now. Episode 118 and this pitch for it. If we were writing this episode, really, that's what this is I feel like when you have so much fighting and this tournament has just been so much fighting. It's crazy that we're still excited for it, because I know we get to see other people fighting every single week, and we don't focus on a whole lot of different, like the whole same fight. It's not one of those 5-minute fights between Goku and Frieza where it's like, okay, when is it gonna end? It's really diverse. But this would be a really good story way, considering how slow time is going by, and how you can imagine this whole thing could take place during a minute or 30 seconds or something. You don't lose a whole lot of the story, but you do set up potentially the future of the arc and how it's going to be seen going forward by giving Gohan the emotional weight, as you said, and then also allowing all 3 of the main Saiyans from Universe 7 to have made that promise in one way, shape, or form. That would allow the audience to speculate, okay, they've all promised this and it's a running theme, which one's going to win, and we can still have that conversation. But you also slow down the action. The whole episode, in my opinion, maybe a little fighting at the very beginning, but most of the episode is just these character moments, just the running to accept what's the gravity of the situation, and that Champa has no more chance to win. And he has to accept this, and Beerus has to accept this. And the one thing I will change that what you said is, I think, like you said, Gohan goes, he makes the promise. Once Piccolo gets eliminated, because I really think it should be Piccolo, Gohan feels the weight of that promise. It's on his shoulders now, because even though Piccolo's the one who decided to go, maybe Gohan makes a mistake during the fight with these bugs or something, and Piccolo has to, as they say, it's a sacrifice, a new sacrifice for Universe 7. And as we already said, because Piccolo is somewhat of a different person every time he fuses, it would make sense that he is a quote unquote new sacrifice. But it's on Piccolo's shoulders. The one thing, or it's on Gohan's shoulders. The one thing I have to disagree, though, is I think because of everything, if it turns out the way we were talking about in episode 118, if Piccolo goes down and he ends up on the tournament ring, or the audience stand, I think instead of Beerus being mad at him, I think that this is the most warm Beerus has to be to anyone who gets on the ring. He's shown respect for people like Roshi. He's even shown respect for people like Krillin or all this other stuff. I think Piccolo comes in, he's disappointed with himself, and he doesn't want to look at anyone, but then something like Beerus just puts his hand on his shoulder and something, and just no words spoken, just kind of eye contact between them, and just acknowledgement that you did this for my brother and we'll bring him back. Don't worry, have faith in Goku, have faith in Vegeta, have faith in these guys, because I believe they can do it still. And I think those moments would really be one of the best parts of the Tournament of Power, while at the same time putting the pieces in place for the ultimate conclusion of the arc. You can't have this go forward, as we mentioned in your old video, the video you posted on your channel. You can't really have this arc go forward with having Universe 6 still on the ring. They have to be eliminated at some point, especially after everything that's going on right now and all the stuff that has occurred in the series. So yeah, I mean, that's all I got. I really want this to happen now. I don't even know why. I haven't been so excited for a possible, and be it off the wall, but a possible series of events based off titles alone that.
Yeah, just titles for some reason.
That would really pleasure me. I feel like this would be something where you look at it and there would be a rush to the reviewers and the community going, for all it's worth, this was good. This was a real character moment. It's what we needed. It's the slowdown that we needed after months of just watching people fight.
I have to say this, though. If Universe 6 is the next universe to get erased and it happens the way we're expecting it to, right? I think what they have to do with Universe 6 to make it different is that even though we haven't really dived into Universe 6, we still have seen more of Universe 6 than we have of the other universes. Remember when Universe 9 was erased, how they showed just one little, they showed just one scene where it showed the planets? Because remember how the Trio of Dangers and the Kaioshin were traveling from planet to planet? That one episode during the recruitment arc, they show that area of space while getting erased. What they need to do during Universe 6's erasure, they need to show that city, the one that reminded me like Blade Runner, where Hit was at. They need to show that city and the people just casually going on with their business in the streets, and then it does that big bright light. And then it needs to show the Kaioshin realm with that skinny Kaioshin, the apprentice Kaioshin of the fat one, just doing his thing, possibly drinking.
Well, the fat one is there.
Yeah, but the skinny one though. The skinny one, the one from the Universe 6 tournament. Maybe he's watching the tournament on his little orb, or maybe he's drinking tea. You just see the bright light there. And then it shows Renzo at his house, and maybe Renzo's just looking on seriously, and then he closes his eyes, and then you see the bright light there. I think that would add on a lot more, and it would make this erasure of 6 so much different from the others. You know what I mean? It would be so heartfelt, you know? I think that would just be my little last thoughts on this.
Yeah, and that would just be a capper on such an extraordinary character-centric episode. The one thing you missed, though, was Khalifa's little biker gang.
Yeah.
Like you could do that as well, and it's just like most of it is just it would I think hit home for a lot of people. Just be like, wow, I wasn't even expecting an episode like this, but. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it at that. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Tell us what you would like to see happening in these episodes. I'm sure everyone has some really good ideas as well. Did you like our ideas? Don't forget to go check out MJ, especially the video that this is a companion video to. And with that being said, guys, I hope everyone has a good day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. I hope everyone shares this video out to all your friends if you enjoyed it. And hope everyone has a good day, like I said. It's been real, guys.